Okay, how about another case for all the people following the Delphi stuff? Have you ever heard the story of Leon Benson? Let's meet Leon Benson.
An Indianapolis man wrongfully in prison for a murder back in the 90s is tonight celebrating 1 year since he was exonerated. A Marion County judge found his case had been mishandled after he spent nearly 25 years at the state prison in Plainfield. Our Chase Howell sat down with the man who says you can't be better and grateful at the same time.
It was in the early morning of August 8, 1998, that Casey Schoen was found shot to death in the cab of his truck at 14th and Pennsylvania.
We heard the shots. We looked around a little bit because it sounded like it was like outside the building. And we just went back to what we were doing, you know. And I just went on home.
That building Leon Benson was talking about is just catty corner from where that truck was found, which was here, underneath this tree. The key witness was about 150 feet away, or from me to the camera. She says the shooter was a dark black man with no facial hair. A few days later, that witness would pick out 22-year-old Benson, who was light-skinned and had a mustache at the time.
I couldn't believe it, you know, and I got arrested. I still was like, they just trying to scare me or something. But once it really came down to the wire about, you know, what was going on, I'm like, the system is really like finna prosecute me over this.
Court records show Benson was later tried for the murder of Schoen in May of 1999, which ended in a mistrial. 2 months later, he would be tried again. This time, he was found guilty of murder and sentenced to 60 years in state prison.
That's the closest thing to death on this side of life. When you sit there and nobody believe you, you yell and nobody listen. It's the equivalent of having a stab wound in your back and people just walking by you on the sidewalk. You say, help, but they just don't look, they don't know.
Benson says he spent 10 of those years locked up in solitary confinement.
Sometimes you
10 years in solitary confinement. Unbelievable.
get a shower, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're allowed out to go to the rape yard, sometimes you're not. Every time you are brought out of the cell, you are in leashes, in chains. So for a decade, that's the way I was ushered around.
22 years after Benson was put in prison, the Conviction Integrity Unit of the Marion County Prosecutor's Office began investigating his case.
I'm inside.
Conviction Integrity Unit of Marion County. Did I get that body right? The Conviction Integrity Unit, the CIU? Is that what they called it? Interesting.
I'm just being free, being able to do what I want. But what hurts the most, I missed out on the time to be there with my children. When they grew up, they were 2 and 1. It's a deep hurt.
In March of 2023, a Marion County judge determined Benson had been wrongfully convicted. This came after it was determined the detective in the case withheld key evidence that pointed to another man.
I believe what provoked him, it was love. He had love for his kindred. He seen a person of white descent shot down. Maybe this kid looked like his son, his nephew. I get it. This is what Detective Jones do. He's not a bad guy per se. He just made the wrong decision.
Now Benson sits in front of me, a free man, using his misfortune to help others.
See, the common unity equals community, but that common unity is, I don't care what side of the aisle, if you on, wherever you at, whatever you on, your politics, whatever. Everybody want freedom. Don't everybody want love? Everybody want justice. So if you come to me and you about those values, I'm rocking with you, you know what I mean?
Reporting in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News.
So, Leon Benson, that's his name, Benson. I've got more videos to come on this. I'll go further into details, but while we're on this first video here, let's go to another one. Did you know that this is the victim's sister, Casey Schoen, was a white man sleeping in his pickup truck on August 8th or 9th, 1998, in downtown Indianapolis. And he was shot and killed by a African American. That's what witnesses said. Now, this is Casey Schoen's sister, the murder victim's sister. She has aligned with his defense team, Leon Benson's defense team, to proclaim his innocence. Let's watch this.
Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock on this Friday night, and we want to begin tonight with the story of one man's quest for justice and the unexpected partner he has in this fight. So nearly 1 year ago, we were talking to you about a man who was exonerated after spending 25 years in prison for murder. Tonight, he and the victim's sister are suing the city of Indianapolis and 3 IMPD officers. And for the first time, these two spoke publicly about that lawsuit. Our Logan Gay was with them tonight and joins us in the newsroom. So Logan, what did they tell you?
Well, Leon Benson was the first person exonerated by the Conviction Integrity Unit in the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. Both he and the victim's sister told me this
Victim Integrity Unit? Is that the phrase I caught? Interesting.
Lawsuit is not about the money, but justice. Not justice for Leon, but for the victim in this case.
Tragedy, conviction, redemption, and justice are what bond Leon Benson, Colleen Bunch, and their families. Friday, they sat next to each other, hand in hand, to tell their story.
We are connected.
Eternally.
Eternally.
Through Casey's murder.
Through Casey.
Colleen's brother, Casey Schoen, was found shot to death in the cab of his truck near downtown Indianapolis in 1998. Benson was wrongly convicted and served 25 years in prison until he was exonerated in 2023. Leon's sister, Valerie, played a major role in his exoneration.
They just kidnapped my brother. You know, they knew that he didn't do it. They knew that he didn't do it from the start.
It's so hard to really express the deep, deep gratitude of having a family member to ride out with you.
Benson's lawsuit claims officers concealed evidence that pointed to another man, one who worked with police, leading to drug ring convictions. Benson's suit says the officers did that to shield the other man from prosecution.
We were all destroyed by the police lying to us back in 1998.
Because of the wrongful conviction, Benson says he lost the most valuable.
Let me stop. I'm going to speculate here. I know the other person. Not personally. I know the other person, the individual. I know who it is, their identity. It's this Joseph Looney Webster. And I got to wonder, was Joseph Looney Webster, was he a police informant? Was he one of their assets? Is that why he wiggled out of this? Just my speculation. I can't prove that.
Valuable thing. Time with his family and his kids. And Bunch, she says she lost the opportunity to find answers about what happened to her brother. They say the trauma from the whole experience and the lack of accountability from the city and the police department is what led to the historic lawsuit. Benson and Bunch say it's the first lawsuit to be filed by both the exoneree and the family of the victim.
This ain't about money.
No.
It's about what happened, the impact, the trauma, what happened to these families.
Unfortunately, this is when it comes down to black and white. Black people know that they are lied to, lied about by the police all the time. My best friend growing up was the chief of police of our town. Why would I ever think police would lie to us? But facts are facts, and you cannot change facts.
To celebrate the 2-year anniversary of Benson's exoneration, he hosted the second annual Common Unity concert. His goal is to raise...
I gotta disagree with her generalization there, but look, crime in the black community is far higher than it is in the Asian American community, the Indian American community, or the white American community. Violent crime is higher. Gun crime is higher. That's a fact. There's no way around it.
Awareness for other people wrongfully convicted and incarcerated.
Casey's death will not be in vain. As long as I live.
As long as I live. That's right, and me too.
Leon and Colleen said they would both like to get a public apology from the police department. I did reach out to IMPD for a statement about the lawsuit. The department leaders told me they do not comment on pending litigation.
We spent all spring and summer telling you that.
All right, what is this autoplay crap? This is not what I wanted. Okay. Meet Leon Benson. This is part 1. I'll get into more details of the story. All the juicy details in part 2. See you there.